All right, today we have what we think will be an interesting topic. It certainly was interesting for us several years ago when we came upon two very contradictory statements about Subhadra, if you remember, Gary. And then that led to the article which we entitled the Case for Subhadra, or the Case about Subhadra. I forget. We'll put the link down below where devotees can reference that article and read the whole thing in a very thought out way, as an article with all the different references. So we happened upon two very distinct, no question about it, contradictory statements about Subhadra. One statement was Subhadra is Yogamaya. Subhadra meaning the sister, the twin sister of Krishna, who appeared in Gokula as the twin sister of Krishna, the mother being Mother Yasoda, and simultaneously then in Mathura, Vasudeva Krishna appeared to Vasudeva and Devaki, and then instructed Vasudeva to carry him across the Jamuna to Gokul, and replace, put him in the bed of Mother Yasoda and replace him, take the child from there and come back to the dungeon, right?
With the daughter, yeah.
Yes. Well, he didn't say with the daughter. He just said, go and replace. So I'm going to put up a couple pictures here. One is, first, this one is the birth of, I'm going to put this, oops, sorry about that. What are we doing here? That's a mistake here. Okay, technical problem. Okay, let me see if I can, here it is. I'm going to put this picture on the screen. This is a painting, and it shows Vasudeva. He's now left the dungeon in Mathura, in the palace of Kamsa. He's crossed the Jamuna River, carrying Krishna, and he's come to the house of Nanda Maharaj, where Mother Yasoda has just given birth. Now, the narration is that Yasoda had given birth to twins. But when Vasudeva arrived there, he sees only one child, and it happens to be a female child. He doesn't see the other child, which is Krishna. So he then places the Krishna from Mathura, which is appeared to himself and Devaki, and he places that Krishna in the bed with Mother Yasoda, but he doesn't see that there's the child, baby Krishna, is also there, concealed under the blankets of Mother Yasoda. And then the narration is that and then he picks up this female child and he proceeds back to the dungeon in Kamsa's palace. Well, over there in Gokul, the one Krishna who has come from Mathura is Vasudeva Krishna. And the one who's appeared in Gokul is the Krishna who never leaves Vrindavan, Adi Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. And then the Vasudeva Krishna merges into the Adi Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, from which he has manifested in the first place.
Right.
So then what we have is, so then these narrations come in two different books. The one that everyone is most familiar with is the appearance of Krishna in the Kamsa's, in the dungeon in Kamsa's palace, and Vasudeva takes Krishna over and puts him in the bed of Mother Yasoda and picks up the female girl and comes back to the dungeon, and then all the doors are locked and shut, and then all the guards wake up and everything like that. That's from Srimad Bhagavatam, and there is no mention of the twin birth of Mother Yasoda. where is that, Gary? I forget. Right?
That's mentioned by Vishwanath, specifically in this commentary.
In his commentary. And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's in other places as well, not that it's just a singular reference to Vishwanath only. All right, so, but as they say, trust me, that's what happened, and that is known, pretty much prevailing in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, except for possibly in certain Western sectors. All right, so then we come to the second part of the story about Subhadra, and I'm going to put this picture up there too. Darn it, I keep doing this thing wrong. Okay, where is it? Yes. Okay, and here, when Kamsa rushes down to the dungeon to kill the newborn child of Devaki, which he suspects is going to be a boy, and he's surprised to find it's a girl. And anyway, he decides to kill that little female child, and he goes to dash grabs the child by the legs and swings it around. He gets ready to smash the child onto the wall or the floor, and the child springs from his hands and rises up in the air and manifests this form, which we see in this painting on the screen right now. And bearing many weapons, and so then this goddess, who has now appeared in the sky, chastises Kamsa. All right, so I think we discussed this previously, but that's the point, and she chastises Kamsa. Now, that is the Subhadra, and I think you have a quote there. Now, what we have, let me first, the controversy is, we have distinct quote from Srila Prabhupada, and there are other references, it's not just Srila Prabhupada, that twin sister of Krishna who appeared in Gokul, who was then carried to the dungeon in the palace of Kamsa, who rose up in the air and chastised Kamsa and told him that the 8th son is now safe in Gokul, and he's going to come at a certain time and he's going to kill you, you see. And then she vanishes, and she goes to the, which place?
Vindhya Hills.
The Vidya?
Vindhya,
yes, to the Vindhya Hills, which are down there in South India. So, Srila Prabhupada says, so she is known as Subhadra. And this is where the controversy came, which ended up not being a controversy, but just being kind of a confusion, or you might even say a misnomer.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so the controversy is, Srila Prabhupada says, and we'll just give one reference, he said it many times, but we'll just give one reference, that Subhadra, who is the sister of Krishna, is Yogamaya.
Right.
Okay? Subhadra, who is the sister of Krishna, is Yogamaya. Then we came upon another quote, an extensive quote, it's very clear, it's not like, well, could be this, could be that, very, very clear. Devotees were talking about Subhadra, and the Subhadra they were talking about, and they were talking with Srila Sridhara Maharaj now about Subhadra, and I'm going to put this picture up on the screen, and they were talking about the Subhadra who disguised himself as a sannyasi.
Arjuna.
Arjuna, and went to Dwarka to win the hand of Subhadra. And Balaram was against this. Balaram wanted Subhadra, Krishna's sister in Dwarka, wanted Subhadra to marry Duryodhana.
Yeah.
So anyway, Arjuna got in there disguised and wins the hand of Subhadra, Krishna's sister. So they were asking Sridhar Maharaj about Krishna's sister in Dwarka, the one who married Arjuna, and they were asking about her being Yogamaya. Okay, now, this sister in Dwarka, let me remove this picture. Okay, this this sister in Dwarka is the same sister who rode on the chariots to Kurukshetra.
Mm.
Subhadra and Dwarka, when Krishna and Balaram went up to Kurukshetra for that, for the solar eclipse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subhadra rode in the chariots also. Now, from that event of of Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra going to Kurukshetra, we get this. We get the deities of Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev in Jagannath Puri, and now deities in many, many temples all around the world. Jagannath, Subhadra. Subhadra, Krishna's sister from Dwarka, and Baladev. So the question was about Subhadra. The question to Sridhara Maharaj was about Subhadra, Krishna's sister in Dwarka. I'm reiterating this so that you understand. Who is now on the altar with Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev. She is Yogamaya, and Sridhara Maharaj said, no, Subhadra is not Yogamaya. So you have two conflicting statements. You have Srila Prabhupada saying Subhadra is Yogamaya, and there is Shastra to support that also. And then you have Sridhar Maharaj saying Subhadra is not Yogamaya. And there happens to be Shastra to support that also. So this was a little bit bewildering. Well, now read these quotes. First the quotes from Srila Sridhar Maharaj.
Right.
Then the quotes from Srila Prabhupada.
Mm-hmm.
First from Srila Prabhupada, then from Srila Sridhar Maharaj. And then we'll discuss this and sort this out.
Mm-hmm. So in a letter to Madhusudana on 29th of July 1968, Srila Prabhupada says, Subhadra is Yogamaya. The spiritual energy is called Yogamaya. So very clear.
Yeah.
Then Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he says, quote, Subhadra Devi represents the Leela of Krishna. She is there in Dwarka. She has no administrative function. Subhadra is not Yogamaya. Subhadra has got no mundane function. She is there in the Dwarka Leela of Krishna. She is said to be the representation of Bhakti in general, devotion. Subhadra, Bhakti Swarup, not Shakti or other Swarup. Subhadra was not in Vrindavan. She was born in Mathura.
All right, so we were like, okay, how do we figure this out? And I'd always wondered that the sister of Krishna, who appeared as the twin sister of Krishna to Mother Yasoda and was exchanged with Krishna from Mathura and rose up in the air and she chastised Kamsa, and then she went to the Vidya Hills.
Right.
The Vidya Hills.
Yeah, Vindhya, yeah.
Vindhya, yeah, sorry, I mispronounced that. The Vindhya. She went to the Vindhya Hills, and then it says she will be worshipped by different names, and she will be worshipped here and there and all over the place and all this stuff. I used to wonder, how did she get to Dwarka? From the Vindhya Hills, how did Subhadra get to Dwarka? And there's no mention of this. She's simply there when the Yadus moved to Dwarka. Well, there's a little bit more history to the movements of of Krishna's dynasty in the Harivamsa. In fact, they lived in a previous place before Dwarka, which was the kingdom of Revati. Revata.
Right, Revata, yeah.
Father of Revati, the wife of Balaram. So there's so much more history, but I didn't have that at the time, and most devotees don't and still don't. But and I was just wondering, well, how did she? I mean, for years, decades and decades, I just wondered, how did she get over there? I mean, how did that? Well, anyway,
right.
Well, as it turns out, the harmony in this controversy of opposing statements are statements about two different Subhadras. The Subhadra, who appeared as the twin sister of Krishna, who later went to the Vindhya hills, is not the same as the Subhadra who came to live in Dwarka and was married to Arjuna, and who went to the Kurukshetra solar eclipse on the chariots with her two brothers, and is now immortalized in the deity form in Jagannath Puri. That is a different Subhadra completely. These are two different Subhadras.
Yeah.
So, Gary, any quote there to establish that? Yes, the quote that says that this Subhadra from Dwarka is actually the daughter of Rohini.
Yes, that's in Harivamsa. Yeah, that's Harivamsa and the Mahabharata.
Yeah, so want to read those quotes?
Yeah. So Harivamsa says that Vasudeva begot his eldest son, Rama, means Balaram, in Rohini. And their other sons are Sharana, Shata, Durdama, Damana, Swabra, Pindaraka, and Ushinira. O descendant of Kuru, they also had a daughter by the name of Chitra, who is renowned by the name of Subhadra. And then Mahabharata, Krishna tells Arjuna, this is my sister, O Partha, born of the same mother as Sharana, which is Rohini. May you be blessed. She's the favorite daughter of my father Vasudeva.
Yes, now that is Krishna speaking to Partha. That means Arjuna. So read that again. The Subhadra, who eventually marries Arjuna, when first introduced to Arjuna, is being introduced as the daughter of Rohini and the daughter of Vasudeva.
Yes.
Vasudeva had a number, more than one wife. There was Devaki, there was Rohini, and there were other wives.
And many sons as well.
Yeah, but we're just talking about the wives right now.
Yeah.
And they had all taken shelter in the house of Nanda Maharaj.
Right.
During the time of Vasudeva being imprisoned and the atrocities that Kamsa was inflicting upon the peoples and all these things. So they were in hiding, and they had taken shelter in the house of Nanda Maharaj across the Jamuna in Gokul. So when Subhadra is being introduced to Arjuna, whom he will later marry, Krishna is very clear that this is my sister, and she is the daughter of Vasudeva and Rohini. So please read that again.
So Vasudeva begot his eldest son Balaram in Rohini. Then he talks about the other sons, and then he says, O descendant of Kuru, they also had a daughter by the name of Chitra, who is renowned by the name of Subhadra. That's Harivamsa. And then Mahabharata, Krishna says to Arjuna, this is my sister, O Partha, born of the same mother as Sharana, Rohini. May you be blessed. She's the favorite daughter of my father, Vasudeva.
So that's how we sorted out this apparent contradiction. And it ended up not being a contradiction at all.
Right.
So now to summarize, the Subhadra, which is worshipped in Jagannath Puri and in temples all around the world, along with her brothers Balaram and Krishna as Jagannath Subhadra and Baladev, that Subhadra is not Yogamaya. She is Bhakti Devi in general. In general. Now, that's another topic, possibly Bhakti Devi in general and Bhakti Devi specifically. The Bhakti Devi specific is Srimati Radharani, and the Bhakti Devi in general. So she represents Bhakti devotion in general in a similar way that in the Panchatattva, Srivas represents Narada Muni, and Narada Muni is Guru Tattva in general. In general. And Baladev being a more specific, yet not specific in Madhurya Ras. Only he is specifically Guru Tattva in the other rasas.
Right.
And in the Panchatattva, Gadadhar Pandit is the Guru Tattva specifically for Madhurya Ras. And as far as Radha and Krishna and Balaram, Balaram is never Guru Tattva in Madhurya Ras. In Krishna Lila, Radharani is the Guru Tattva in Madhurya Ras. And in Gaur Lila, Gadadhar Pandit is Guru Tattva for Madhurya Ras. So in a similar way that Narada Muni is Guru Tattva in general, in general. So similarly, Subhadra in Jagannath Puri, along with her brothers Jagannath and Subhadra, is Bhakti Devi in general. General Bhakti.
Bhakti Swarup, yeah.
Bhakti Swarup.
Yeah.
And the Yogamaya is the twin sister of Krishna who appeared in Gokul the night of Krishna's appearance in Mathura. And so, yeah, these tattvas and how they are and who they are, these personalities sometimes take a little bit of research, a little more extensive reading, or are easily confused. And I know, forever and ever, for the better part of my life, if someone would have asked me, in Jagannath Puri, Subhadra Yogamaya, I would say yes. And I would quote Srila Prabhupada saying, Subhadra is Yogamaya. But it wasn't until decades later, and I came upon Srila Sridhar Maharaj's comment in that conversation that she's not Yogamaya. Then upon some research, we found out that there are two Subhadras in Krishna Lila.
Right.
One appears the night of the Lord's appearance, and the other is, I don't know, younger. She's younger.
She's the younger sister. Yeah.
Younger than Krishna, also younger. And in Mathura, exactly when she was born to Vasudeva and Rohini, that would have to be after he was freed from the prison.
Right. I believe it was.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
If it was before the oldest.
Because any kind of miracle can take place in Krishna Lila, but it would seem that it would have to be after Krishna comes, kills Kamsa, frees his parents, and all this. And then Vasudeva is reunited with his other wives also, and so it would be logical that it would be after that time. So she's considerably younger, at least 16 years younger.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's how the case of Subhadra winds up, that we have two Subhadras. One is Yogamaya, and one is Bhakti Swarup. Yeah. Anything else to add about that, Gary?
No. Beautiful, a beautiful case for Subhadra. Very nice.
I want to put this back up here, this picture of this was from the Snan Yatra this year, 2018, in Jagannath Puri. And we're having darshan there of Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev. So this Subhadra is Bhakti Swarup. And this Subhadra, who is first born as the twin sister of Krishna, and who was then taken by Vasudeva to the palace, to the dungeon in Kamsa's palace. This Subhadra, this sister of Krishna, is Yogamaya, not Subhadra, who is with Jagannath and Baladev. So, all right, that's the case of Subhadra. I think we solved that pretty clearly, and it was really interesting. And to see all the quotes and everything, then I encourage our listeners or our watchers to click on the link in the description below, or in the comments below, and you can read the more detailed article that we wrote several years ago entitled "The Case of Subhadra." So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Hare Krishna. Until next time. Hari Bol.